welcome to Grandma Jean's House. I'm not a grandma, my name is Devon, and believe it or not, this is the fanatic. I'm here to tell you about my latest knitting items that I've been making on, that I've been buying, and that I've been perusing. Alright, first things first, Knitflix. I think that's what we're all going by these days. It's an excuse to self-isolate. I take full advantage of that on the weekends. I am considered an essential employee, work for a medical device manufacturer. So I do go in Monday through Friday. So I take full advantage on the weekends. Knitflix, Tiger King, highly recommend it. So what I've been doing while I've been Knitflixing, this is also from, we'll talk about that after. So what have I been doing while I've been Knitflixing? Well, recently I decided to start a new project with some old yarn that I had from my local yarn shop. They had put together a kit to do the Casapinka Magical Thinking poncho type shawl, and this is the kit that they put together, and this is how far I am on it. So if you're not familiar with it, hopefully I will put up the photo here of the pattern from Casapinka. She's a really great designer. I do like that. I do like her patterns. This is the first one I've been making though. I needed something lately to distract me from everything that's going on at work, outside of work, you know. So I needed a pattern. This pattern, I read through it and I realized it's kind of awesome. Each section is a different texture followed by a different color. There's 3 different colors that I'm using for it. Oh my gosh, it's so good. This is great light. Right here, so we have a whole knit section. Every other round is increased. This is fingering weight, my non-ideal yarn. This is I'm recording on an iPad, and the camera is here, but I see there, but as you can see, so this one I'm doing a bunch of yarn overs. On this section was a bunch of slip stitches. So each one has its nice own little block section, so you can be like, all right, I want to do the end of this 18 rows. Again, it's fingering weight though. Ugh. I haven't tried it on. Let's see what it looks like. Try it on. Oh gosh, don't lose any yarn. Oh boy. Yes. This is. I don't want to stretch it out. But it's a poncho, so it comes down, I believe, to about here. And I'm using. So I did an amazing job winding my yarn. Not so amazing, and I put the cards in them. Not so amazing job keeping the cards inside them. So I don't know if I actually know what my yarns are. Maybe, we're getting lucky. It's probably that. Heart of gold. Oh, it's as good as my guess. I have the tags, and I know for a fact, let's see, I have a Cascade Heritage in here. I'm not really familiar with these yarns. I do know that they're all superwash, so I can wash this, thank God. This is a Heritage, which is my gray color A in the pattern. Heritage, I don't know the color itself. Color number 5660. Oops, that's not gonna work. Then I have these other 2 tags, which I don't. They go to the yarns. Both superwash merinos. This is 122 tonals. And this is the Heart of Gold from La Jolla. I don't know which one it could be. I have this beautiful speckled in the pink. Don't know which is which. And this is like, oh gosh, they did such a nice job. It's the Yarn Shop Woolworks in Putnam, Connecticut. It's unfortunately about 45 minutes from my house, and that's my closest yarn shop. But this so far, I love it. I love it. I hope I finish it, which is what part of my episode is a challenge to myself. I have 3 things in various stages. One of them must be complete by my next video, which I'm hoping is next Sunday at nap time. I have a 3-year-old. Okay. I'm just going to dive right into what else is in my knitting bag, because I love bags. Oh, I'm going to have to look up who this is. No, I won't. Reza and Tonia. These bags are amazing. I bought this at one of the last fiber festivals before everything was shut down in Rhode Island, the old Slater Mills. This bag, oh, I love it. It was only $20. I bought 2 of them. I used a gray, it was a gray and another one that I use for my everyday. This is what I put all my notions in. So, you know, my ruler, stitch markers, a bag of odds and ends. This is usually where I keep my, there's like literally nothing in here but this. My notions bag. And scissors are usually in here. It's a problem, I don't know where those are. Because, see, last time I couldn't find my knitting scissors, my dog got a haircut. I'm sorry, Libby. But this bag is awesome. She does machine knitting, and she does her own designs, and she makes these beautiful ponchos. She's out of New Hampshire. Oh, there'll be a link in the show notes for where you can find her online or in person. Her textiles are beautiful. I may splurge on a poncho someday, but I splurged on 2 bags, which I put inside of this bag. People probably won't know this, but this is Peapod Threads. A little lady out of Colorado that I found. I don't know how I found her. Oh, I think she had a rifle paper bag, was the first thing I bought from her. This is her knit night bag. It fits everything. I love this. I have my 3 balls of yarn in here. I have my project. I have my notions bag. It has tons of pockets in here. I could put knitting needles in here, you know, your standard whatever pouch in there. The big, on this side, big pouch. Oh, there's my scissors. Oh, good, have my scissors. Just a big pouch in here with her name on it. Another feature I really like about this bag, I don't have it on, of course, but in my other knit night bag, which is actually up there, I have from when she first came out with them. I think I bought the first, one of the first ones she did. It has a loop, and I put my stitch markers on them so I can find them easier in the bag. Another great feature about the bag, I flip it over so my yarn does not get stuck in the zipper. It also, I don't know if it's intended, but I also like here that they do not touch. My yarn can come out from there. It has a really nice leather handle. This is a new thing that I think she started doing on the latest one she came out with. I love the leather. And then a nice little pouch here. There's pockets everywhere. It's a nice big pouch. And then 2 in the front. Peapod Thread, she's on Etsy. I'll put a link to her below. Again, like a little tiny shop, but I love her. I love her fabric. This is a nice, like, it's a cotton, I think. I'm sorry if it's not cotton. I don't know fabric. Blue, and then this nice kind of gold color with leaves on it. It was during her last shop update, and she had this beautiful floral one, but someone snagged it before I could. So this is my latest obsession, my latest bag, my latest project that I've been working on. Yes. So behind me on my wall is the sweater. I always feel like I have a sweater that's mid-stage that I should just finish, but I just can't get off Sleeve Island. So this is from Jessie May. Gosh, does anyone not love her designs? Can we just talk about her for a minute? Everything she makes is gorgeous, size inclusive, fits and I don't know how to describe her style because it literally works on every body shape. And I thought I would not like this, so I don't wear deep V's. So let's make a deep V sweater. But I found this yarn, and so I went to Rhinebeck. Someday I will post that video. I went to Rhinebeck, and this yarn was from a shop up there, Perfect Blend. My sister and I went, and I knew I wanted to make the Dianoffice pattern. I had seen, so right, I said I don't wear deep V's, but I had this someone with a deep V sweater on with a turtleneck underneath it, and I'm like, I'm gonna do that. That's how I'll style this. So I knew I needed a mohair. I wanted to make a sweater with mohair. It was between this, the ranunculus, or the love note had just come out too. I went with this because of this yarn. This is Emma yarn. It is the Foxy Lady, and I just fell in love with it. I bought, ooh, no, I don't have them. I actually bought this color yarn and 2 more of her yarns, so I could also do the Free Your Facial. I don't actually know where that project is at the moment. It is lost in some knitting project somewhere. Project bag I probably forgot that I even bought. But right now, as you can see, I'm really close to finishing that sleeve. I never even tried this on, so I don't know how it fits yet. I probably have I think 5 more inches on this sleeve. I smartened up, left my first time sweater, left my save yarn in at least halfway. Here's I got half of it out there. And then I counted my rows with my stitch markers. So that way when I go to the other side, as soon as I do 10, take it off this side, put it there, it'll be easier. That's a nice tip. There's a fun tip for you. Fun tip. Every 10, put a stitch marker, every 10 rows. So when you do your second sleeve, you know you're on task. That's a good tip. This pattern is simple to do. It's intarsia, so you have to you have to cut your ball of yarn differently. So you can do the whole pattern, but it was nice to learn a new technique that was really simple to do too. But I got nervous about how much yarn I would have because the Emma yarns, they were I think this came in 400 yards and this was 600 yards, so I didn't want to buy too much. And then have too much. I didn't want to buy. So what I did was I actually stopped the mohair for the ribbing. For here and for here. I did not bring the mohair. And when I finish the sleeves, I'm also not going to put the mohair in it. I'm afraid I'm going to run out of something. So, because I think I needed, I don't know, but I'm close. And I don't want to play yarn chicken with something like this. Because, of course, you can't get the yarn anymore. I believe when she was in Rhinebeck, Emma's Yarn, I think she had a pop-up when she was there. Again, that's my Dianoffice. I'll put a link to the pattern in there. This yarn, though, is heavenly, too. Again, I'm working on, I think, size 8s, which isn't too bad. 2, 9s. 9s. I'm working on 9s, which isn't bad for me. You'd think I'd finish it. But mohair is kind of a bum. It's kind of a bum to work with. You gotta pay attention. So even though you're just knitting on the rounded sleeves, you gotta pay attention. Not mohair. I will finish it. I will, because I will. It's pouring rain out today. Doesn't make you want to wear mohair. And so my third project, this one you should say, why don't you just finish this? Ooh, is actually a crochet project from one of my favorites, Two of Wands. It is her rosewood blanket scarf. The correct name will be down here. And I did the crochet version. I don't think I can do any more knitting in a row. Garter stitch for a little while. But it's a really cool pattern. So, right, this doesn't look too good. Interesting. Whatever. It's just, I didn't use the right yarn specified in the pattern. And I'm looking to see if I had it up here. I don't. Thought I brought it up here, but I didn't. That's okay. The pattern calls for something that my local Michaels doesn't have. It's a Lion brand, not remix. I don't know what it is. I'll just maybe right here put stuff. And so instead, I picked an all cotton blend. Because I thought I'm gonna wear this when I go to the Cayman Islands on vacation. As of right now, we're still going. But the island isn't accepting visitors until after June 30th, and we're planning on going July 4th, so depending how this whole thing goes, may or may not. At least we didn't book airline tickets yet. Anyways, so it's super simple. Double crochet, switch colors, 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 double crochet, switch colors. So I bought giant balls of loops and threads. It was a Michaels. I'm just gonna put again the name of the yarn down here. It's nice, it's lightweight. I've not really worked with cotton before, and I feel like cotton and crochet belong together. So I did my double rows, finished the whole thing. This thing is massively long. And then what makes this thing unique is this over here. The weaving to make it look like a plaid tartan. And I love it. Love it, love it, love it. You know, it reminds me of a blanket. Oh my gosh, it does remind me of a blanket my aunt had. That's really funny. Outdoors. But hers was probably a little more really reddish than coral. But they were all these colors. Wow, that's amazing. And then the next thing for me is do the blue. This was going swimmingly well. I was focused on it. I was going. I always have ADD. Ooh, there we go. There's the nice blue. I usually have like ADD in my projects where I lose focus. See, like I lost focus mid-row. That's how good this is going. Mid-row, lost focus. Mid-weaving, lost focus on it. I was talking with my sister at night, and I was working on it. I'm like, whoa, I'm going to finish this like tonight. It's going so fast. And she's like, really? Because, I pre-cut. Look what this has turned into. I pre-cut all my ends. And I was weaving, and we were Skyping, and so you can see how long the call's going for. And I said, wow, this is going so fast. I can't wait to finish it. And I look, and I'm like, how long have we been talking for? She's like, 3 hours. And I was like, oh my God, I did 10 rows. And I have to do like 50. Okay, this is not going to take me a while. And that was the last time I touched it. And that was like a week ago, so I decided to pick up another project. And that's when I picked up Magical Thinking, because why not start a fingering weight project when I haven't finished this fingering weight project yet? Why not? I don't know about you guys, but knitting needles. I've never splurged on my knitting needles. So what you see behind me is like a quarter of my yarn wall. And this is all of my grandmother's. This entire wall of yarn behind me is all my grandmother's yarn. And it's not all that I inherited, it's all that I put up. That kind of blended together. I was gonna do this like ombre effect back here. Instead, I just put them up. Let's see, maybe I can pan in this. Ooh, yeah. My yarn wall up there. Ooh, yes. Ah, yeah. So there was my first, as I'm pointing to the screen that you can't see, pea pod bag is the pink one, and then my first knit night is the coral one up there. I need to straighten that shelf out. When I sold baby products at fairs, I got some forms, you know, just little stuff up there. And then that's my grandmother's patterns. So while I don't have an attic, this is my loft of grandma, my grandma's loft. Anyways, I don't know where I was going with that. Yes, I do, because it's not my grandmother's things. So I naturally only knew needles she knitted with, and she taught me on straight metal needles. Hated it, hated him, hated him. All I hear is the clink, 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 clink. Look, because right next to me, see here's what I. So you hear this, and it's not bad when it's yours, and you're in a rhythm, and you go, boom, I'm in a nice rhythm. But when you're learning as a kid and you're like this, and grandma's sitting next to you, you know, you just, it's just taunting. It's just taunting after a while. So I never wanted to use metal needles because I didn't want to taunt other people with how fast I could go, or feel taunted with how fast they could go. So I always used I always wanted wooden ones because of that. Well, I bought the clover, or someone my mother bought them for me as a gift, the interchangeables, because I love the interchangeables. I've decided I'm only getting interchangeables because they're circular, they're just multi-use at that point. Well, she got me the clover ones. I've had them for so long, they're like just breaking apart. And I'm like, you know what, I'm going to get myself some nice ones. And I started just trying out, like on here was my first different needles. So I did the Denise. I didn't really like that. I bought cheap. Then I thought, oh, you know, I'll just get cheap ones. I'll get a whole set of cheap ones. No, cheap ones are the worst ones. The ones that are like, buy these and you get free shipping. Yeah, don't buy those. So I knew, like, I've heard of them before, and I thought, well, you know what, I'll try that brand. Because the Chia Goo, again, were metal, and I didn't want that, and I didn't really like their wooden ones. So I got some of these in the lake, and I really, I liked the lake. I'm probably saying it wrong. So I went and I decided, you know what, I'm just going to get these. I bought them on Amazon. They were, I think, $70 for the whole set. And it's a really good set. It's the driftwood yarn, driftwood. I like it. You can prop it up. Oops, I don't know how to prop it up, but you can prop it up somehow. I see people doing that. But it comes in size 3 to, I think these were 15s or 10 and a half. Okay, that's different. But I did that. 3 to 10 and a half. But these are the 3.5-inch ones. And I did that because I wanted them for sleeves. Because I decided I'm gonna finish sweaters. And maybe if I had the right needles, then I would just finish on my projects. Because those forgotten projects up there, let me see. Sweater. I know that one's a sweater, that one's a shawl. I don't know what's in the other one up there. A baby sweater for Wes. It's size 3 months. He's 3 years old. And I think there's pants up there too that I was making for him, and they were a size 9 months. Again, he's 3 years old. But this, back to my kit, the driftwood kit. This is the driftwood kit from like, it came in size 3 to 10 and a half. They're size 3-inch needles, 3.5-inch needles. I like these for the sweaters primarily when I do them. I think that they're more comfortable. I guess maybe I have smaller hands. I find that the shorter needle is comfortable, and plus it's really good for the sleeves, so I don't have to carry around. I can carry one set of needles with me, and that's all I need. And then you have a bottom storage pouch, which is great. So it came with a bunch of stoppers for when you're in the project. You can cap off your project sleeves. 8 of them. It comes with the tools to tighten. It comes with 2, which is great. Cord connectors. These are to tighten your needles onto the cords. It comes with an assembly guide. I guess that's good if you don't know what you're doing. And then I want to say 3 cords, 2 16-inch, because again, I was going for sleeves here. To make you, this is probably only a 9-inch because it makes it a 16-inch altogether neato, plus a larger one. That's what I have my magical thinking on now. These, just because they're driftwood doesn't mean they don't fit the other ones, so I can buy, so my goal is to buy the longer cords to supplement. And I may think about the longer ones too, just as a supplement to this, because, you know, sometimes I like, as you know, I like working on multiple projects at once. So for me, it could be a good way to just have consistency in my needles, and then I can have the longer ones and I can do different projects with it too. Yeah, so that's what I have for now. I have something fun coming in. I was hoping it would be in, but it should be in for next video. I bought the Grocery Girls. I'm obsessed with the Grocery Girls. I love them, Tracy and Jody. Definitely go find them if you haven't seen them. You know, anybody doing podcasts, you know the Grocery Girls. Well, they came out with, they came out with an anniversary, I think it was, set, sock yarn, a wine cooler thing, and then what I really wanted was their keychain of their faces. So I bought a sock pattern. I bought a sock yarn set because I've never made socks before, so I'm gonna buy that. Hey, maybe I'll finish a pair of socks. Maybe. Probably not. Because I'll show you my next video. Maybe that'll be my next projects. To finish the fingerless gloves I started. I made one. Yeah. That's all. So I guess that's all. Thanks for joining. And I will catch you next time.